these times, over 80% of 911 calls are being made from mobile devices. However, our nation's old-ass 911 systems are relying on old-ass infrastructure that isn't designed to work with our new communications technologies. Now, to deal with this, in 2012, a decade ago, Congress passed and President Obama signed the Next Generation 911 Advancement Act of 2012, which launched a project aimed at getting states and local governments to upgrade their 911 systems to be compatible with the technology that you have in your pocket. The goal is to create a national 911 system that connects all 6,000 or so 911 call centers in the United States. Now, if this project is completed, all 911 call centers should be able to not only receive voice calls as they do now, but also text messages, images, video, and vehicle crash data. The call centers would also get the ability to transfer calls and data in order to increase information sharing with first responders. And so instead of relaying information to a 911 operator when you're, in an emergency, who then tells the cops what you told them, your call could be transferred to the cops standing outside your door. And I definitely want that capability to exist. But there was a big problem with the 2012 law. The 2012 law didn't require the states to transition their 911 services. It was optional. Also, for the states that do choose to upgrade, there were no federally mandated deadlines for implementation. They could just kind of get it done whenever. As for the federal government's role, outside of its role as piggy bank, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's National 911 program was tasked with coordinating the optional upgrades and connection of 911 systems between federal, state, and local agencies. And a recent Government Accountability Office report made it crystal clear that they are just not doing that. The report said that between 2012 and 2018, so let's name them, the Obama and Trump administrations, had not written out a plan for how the national integration would happen. They had published no goals or performance measures. They had not made it clear who would be in charge of what tasks, not that a to-do list was ever created either. And so, how is this project going 10 years later? Well, the 2018 Government Accountability Office study found that not one single state had completely completed the implementation. And the main reasons provided by the states were that they were concerned about privacy, liability, and the ability to store and manage all the new kinds of data that they would be collecting, which we have to blame on Congress because these are the types of issues that Congress is supposed to consider when crafting a law. Time after time, we see Congress create laws that authorize big projects with very few details for how it must be done within the law itself. Instead, Congress has consistently ceded their power to other agencies to make policy decisions. But it's Congress that's supposed to determine privacy laws and what data can be stored and by whom and for how long. But they didn't do that. And so this whole project is in limbo because of those basic questions that were left unanswered in 2012. And so not a single state is actually able to use text messages or images or videos that we could send to 911 to help us in emergencies. That said, 10 states could do that right now if the policy issues were worked out by Congress, because 10 states already have the basic functioning next generation 911 infrastructure installed, and they're already using it to process the voice calls, but the voice calls alone. But those 10 states, which I'm sorry I can't name, but they weren't listed, but those 10 states, they have the infrastructure. They could handle our texts and our pictures and our videos, and they could do it right now, but they have this amazing capability on standby. And that's the best we've got so far. 10 states with the capability on standby. And then on the other end of the spectrum, more states, 18 states, reported that they not only have no next generation 911 equipment installed, but they also don't have any plans to install it either. And so that's 18 opt-outs out of 50 states. And so if the goal is a national 911 system, this isn't going to do it.